Kanina, trash yun. Kanina. Okay na to. Host na ako.
SPNation Season 2. I'm your host, Arlo Besus, and joining me tonight are two big names in the sports world. First, we have Dino Lee, a sportscaster. Kamusta, Dino?
Okay naman.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you, our love. Parang ikaw, everyday. Happy everyday. Coach.
Hi.
And of course, we have Coach Renren Ritualo, one of the best shooters in the Philippine basketball history. Kamusta, Coach Renren? Good evening.
Our love. Good evening, Dino. Good evening sa inyong lahat.
And tonight, marami tayong pag-uusapan, exciting topics to discuss. We have 3 hot takes. For our first hot take, half man, half amazing, and all Hall of Famer. And for our second hot take, Charles Barkley on Bronny James is not a finished product. And for our last hot take, Topex breaks his silence. But before that, are you ready to elevate your sports experience? Dive into the world of live sports like never before with Sports Plus PH. Whether you're a diehard fan or simply love the thrill of the game, we've got you covered. Register now at sportsplus.ph. Ready na, guys?
Yeah.
Ready na, Coach Dino? Okay. For our first hot take, half man, half amazing. So Vince Carter, one of the greatest NBA players of all time and one of the best dunkers. He won the 2000 NBA Slam Dunk. And he will be enshrined in the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. So ano masasabi niyo doon, Dino and Coach Renren?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So, AKA, no, hindi lang siya half man, half amazing. He also has 2 other nicknames, which is yung Air Canada. Although hindi na siya applicable nung umalis na siya ng Toronto. Kasi, di ba, Toronto is a state or a city in Canada. And then, we also have Vinsanity. So, before Linsanity, nagkaroon din ng Vinsanity with Vince Carter. But I think ang perfect talaga na nickname for him is half man, half amazing. And of course, congratulations sa kanya kasi 'di ba, iilan lang naman sa dami ng naglalaro ng basketball sa buong mundo at sa dami ng NBA players. Iilan lang or a small percentage lang nabibigyan ng chance to be in the Hall of Fame. So for him to be in the 2024, nag-retire siya 2020 eh. So after 4 years, nakapasok na siya sa Hall of Fame. So parang basically parang first ballot Hall of Fame yan. Ibig sabihin, pagkapasok pa lang ng kasi maraming maraming candidates yan eh. So pag first ballot Hall of Fame, that means pagkasalang ng pangalan niya, pasok na agad siya sa Hall of Fame. So that means mabigat talaga yung mga nagawa niya at accomplishments and contributions niya as a player sa larangan ng basketball. And shoutout na rin siguro, isama ko na rin yung batchmates niya dun sa 2024, yung notables na mga kilala natin. One of them is Mr. Big Shot, Chauncey Billups. Coach, kilala mo naman yun, di ba?
Oo naman, syempre.
Mr. Big Shot, Chauncey Billups. We have Michael Cooper, who played in the 80s with the Los Angeles Lakers. Kasama niya si Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He coached as well, I think for the Los Angeles Sparks. Player niya dun si Lisa Leslie or sila Candace Parker kung hindi ako nagkakamali. Simon Augustus with the Minnesota Lynx, player sa WNBA ito. One of the magaling na one of the top scorers in the history of the WNBA. Kung di ako nagkakamali, with Caitlin Clark coming in this season, siya yung may record, si Simon Augustus yung may record ng highest points by a rookie na break ni Caitlin Clark. Then the last 3, we have last 2, Doug Collins and Jerry West. No? May mga nanalo pa eh, pero ito yung 5 na kilala natin. Si Doug Collins, nag-coach yan kay Michael Jordan, and Jerry West, the late great Jerry West, the NBA logo. He's, just to add, first person to be inducted into the Hall of Fame as both a player and a contributor to the game of basketball. So shout out to that batch. And balik tayo kay Vince Carter. Sa akin, hindi siya nag-stood out in terms of being a clutch player. Kasi, parang hindi nga siya nag-champion eh.
Hindi siya nag-champion.
So, parang wala siya masyadong moments in the playoffs. Pero if there's a memory of Vince Carter, yung niya, dunk highlights niya. Yung dunk resume niya. So, you have the 2000 slam dunk contest. yun nga, nabanggit nga ni Arlov na nag-champion siya doon, you have yung 360 layup package niya.
Grabe.
Alam niyo yun, yung hindi niya dinadunk. Papasok siya, drive siya, tapos iikot siya, tapos ile-layup niya ng 360. So marami siya ganun, panoorin niyo yun sa YouTube kung di niyo napapanood. Meron siyang dunk na, kumbaga, tapos na tayo sa layup pero yung mga posterize niya, grabe talaga. Taka pinoposterize niya, meron siya kay Dikembe Mutombo, rest in peace kay Dikembe Mutombo. 7'2" yun, shot blocker. You also have Alonzo Mourning, 6'10".
Grabe.
Na pinopostehan niya talaga. Bastusan yun, di ba coach, pag ganun, pag dinadunk mo talaga. And last but not the least, kung balikan niyo yung 2000 Sydney Olympics, yun yung tinatawag na the dunk of death. Kalaban nila yung France, na parang naagaw niya yung pa-fast break. Na-steal niya yung bola. Tapos dinakdakan niya yung 7'2" na si Frederick Weiss.
Grabe.
Buong pagkatao, inangatan ni Vince Carter, hindi man lang yumuko. Di ba? So, yun yung... That's what's amazing about Vince Carter na nagawa niya sa career niya. And ang daming memories na binigay sa basketball fans sa buong mundo.
How about you, Coach?
Well, very, deserving din naman to sa Hall of Fame. Although hindi nga siya nag-champion, like Dino mentioned, because on and off the court, he's an example, he's an inspiration to other players also. Siyempre, he's known for his dunking skills. Siyempre, yung high leaping ability niya. And of course, siyempre, yung scoring ability niya. I can't forget the series against AI. Toronto Raptors and 76ers. And then, syempre, na-trade na si T-Mac nun. So, T-Mac was with Orlando. So, they were exchanging baskets. I think they're averaging, 30 plus points per ball game. Silang dalawa ni AI. So, it was so entertaining. If you want to entertain yourself and be amazed, you have to watch this guy play. Itong si Vince Carter. Like Dino said, he mentioned earlier that he dunked on a 7-footer. That's not easy. Like, even in the slam dunk contests, talagang when he did all those dunks, parang first time mo lang nakita, and then parang sobrang smooth. After that year, the following years, it was copied by others. Siya pa rin yung mas maganda because it was so smooth that how he executed this dunk. So yeah, he's known to be like that. And yeah, yun niya. One thing lang, hindi siya nag-champion, although 40 plus years siya naglaro sa NBA. He missed that opportunity to win championships because syempre yung mga kasabayan niya, sila Kobe, sila Shaq. So it's really difficult to win championships if the Lakers dominating that era.
Yeah. And he's the only man in NBA history to play in parts of 4 decades. So, ano masasabi niyo doon? Grabe.
Mahirap yun.
Kasi, for a high leaper like him.
Hindi, maganda kasi yung timing niya Pumasok siya sa NBA. Hindi ko din-discredit yung 4 decades. Nagkataon kasi pumasok siya, na-draft siya 1998. Nag-retire siya 2020. So, parang nasingit yung dalawa di ba?
Oo, parang shortcut.
Si LeBron 3 decades. Hindi ko alam kung aabot pa siya 2030 kasi pumasok siya 2003, di ba? So, for you to even play 10 years sa NBA,
that's a peak.
Bagay na
Solid yun. Di ba nga?
Sa kanya, dinoble niya
Last nga namin dito, when I was here, parang may nag-retire na 20 years old pa lang, nag-retire na because
sa PBA to, coach?
No. In the NBA, he chose another path.
Yung AJ Griffin.
AJ Griffin. So, for him to finish like 40 plus years or 40 years in the NBA, it's a feat for anyone. So, talagang he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Like I said, kahit hindi siya nag-champion, he's an inspiration to others.
He may not, hindi man niya siguro naabot yung, yan, yung sinasabi natin.
Ayan, yung sinasabi mo kanina. Kaya ang daming bumili ng Nike Shox
Coach, kung ikaw si Frederick Weiss, ano mararamdaman mo after niyan? Kung 7'2" ka tas dinakdak, ano mararamdaman mo, coach?
Wala, nagulat din siya Kahit lahat na nagulat For sure, hindi niya alam yung nangyari.
Tsaka forever na yun, coach.
Exactly.
Na ikaw yung dinakdakan ni Vince Carter.
Ilang years na yan And pinag-uusapan pa rin yung
exactly, di ba? Pero kung ikaw, coach, magugulat. Anong
Hindi
mararamdaman
naman ako haharang pag nandyan Papabayaan ko na lang siya, sige, dumang ka na lang.
So mali yung ginawa niya?
Hindi naman, because it was so fast. So Vince Carter stole the ball and then it was so fast, he was standing there. Hindi man lang niya challenge kasi nagulat na lang siya, nasa mukha niya na yung Nike Shox. So,
Grabe.
Vince was dunking the ball already.
Grabe yan.
So, it was so fast.
Sa akin, kung hindi mo pa kung sa mga viewers natin, kung hindi nyo pa napapanood yung highlight na yan, panoorin nyo. Search mo lang, Dunk of Death, Vince Carter. Sa YouTube, lalabas
Kahit
yan.
Vince Carter lang.
Tapos 6'6", yung height niya, yung mga kasabayan niya.
Oo.
Yeah,
Grabe, no?
he has big hands also, si Vince. So he can easily grip that basketball, he can handle it, and then easily dunk it.
Tsaka for him to be at 6'6", tapos yung mga dinadakdakan niya talaga is mga
Tsaka haba ng-
7-footer.
Grabe, no?
Haba ng wingspan niya.
Tsaka mga shot blocker, yung mga hindi siya natatakot. Tsaka yung kagandahan sa dunk niya, hindi yung fast break eh.
Tsaka hindi
Diba
pilit.
Oo, tsaka yung sa, di ba, pag sila LeBron, pag fast break, ganun, bang, ganun lang, dunk lang.
Yeah.
Sa kanya talaga, pagkabangga, babaunin niya yung dunk niya. Ganun yung difference ng Vince Carter sa mga ibang dunkers dito. Ito, yung mga...
Pagkabangga, umaangat pa siya.
umaangat pa tapos babastusin ka talaga eh. Yun yung ano kay Vince Carter. Yung mabigat sa kanya is yung 4 decades niya talaga. He may not, going back, he may not have played at the level like yung mga sila Kobe, sila LeBron. Pero makikita mo siguro how he is as a player, how he is as a teammate.
Yeah.
Kasi kung matandang player na, tapos for NBA teams to still want him in their
Yeah.
team, it's because usually for
May value
mentoring,
siya. Yeah, mentoring,
leadership.
Yung kumbaga naging glue guy siya with others, like yung generation niya and then the incoming young guns.
Pero coach, pag like compare natin yung 40 sa kanya 40 years, 4 decades, di ba? So parang 22 years siya naglaro. Coach sa PBA ba, ilan ang average?
Ay, oo.
Average
Now?
playing career, yeah.
Yung
In your
pagpasok ko
estimate?
parang nasa 5 to 8 years lang pagpasok ko Pero now parang mas shorter Kasi some young players who comes in,
Parang
nag-iibang
wala pang 2
bansa
years.
na, nag-iibang leagues na. So it's really different kasi ang daming options Now, nung kami parang PBA lang talaga. So yung longevity...
Maswerte ka na 5 years.
No, oo naman. Actually, 10 years, sobrang swerte mo na, sobrang blessed mo na. So if you exceed like 5-10 years now, talagang blessed ka na nun. Yeah, so you made your mark already.
Tapos si Vince Carter for decades.
Exactly.
Wild, grabe.
Super wild.
22 years.
Plus he can still jump. Nakikita ko pa sa IG na he can still dunk that basketball
Grabe. And now let's move on to our second hot take. Charles Barkley on Bronny James. He's not a finished product. As we all know, Bronny James is facing mounting pressure after struggling to find his footing in his first 3 preseason games with Lakers. But Charles Barkley has a different take. At syempre yung mga fans ni Bronny James sabi na he's just a young star. Nagsisimula pa lang, walang magic na pagpasok niya doon. Kasing galing na ng tatay niya. Ano masasabi ng di na ka dyan?
Well, it's really, it's going to be tough for Bronny James to be on that level like his dad. But, syempre, coming in, second generation na basketball player, tapos Hall of Famer pa yung dad mo, kahit hindi pa siya nalalagay doon, pero talagang everybody knows it's coming.
Yes.
It's going to be tough because may mga expectations yan. You have a target talaga. And of course, feeling nila shortcut because of LeBron. Diba? So, it's going to be tough mentally for it's going to be tougher mentally for Bronny James. Hindi ako masyadong dun sa sa physical part na yung skill set to be ma-develop. Because you can see the potential in him. May potential siya. He has the tools, maganda yung katawan niya, he's athletic also, he's quick also. So, konting polishing yan through the years, he'll gain experience, but it will be tough for him because he's the son of LeBron James and teammate pa niya. It will backfire if hindi siya talaga nag-perform, which is happening now. Pero pag nag-average siya, 10 points per ball game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, wala silang sasabihin. But, syempre, I think he's kind of feeling iba yung laro ng college, iba yung laro ng pro So it's different. The speed is different. The strength of his opponents is different. So I'm sure he's hardworking. Because I'm sure hindi naman papayagan ni LeBron James na, parang easy way out ka lang na parang you're there because of me. Siyempre hindi naman sila papayag noon. I'm 100% sure na ganun talaga, na yun yung mentality niya. But of course, yun nga, entering the NBA at this stage, tama si Charles Barkley, he's raw. He's a project player. Hindi pa siya yung plug and play. Di ba marami tayong gadgets, plug and play. Hindi, ida-download mo pa to eh. Kaya paano yung wifi niyan, mahina pa, patay tayo dyan. So it will take like 2-3 years. Ayun, sobrang isi na nun. Pero pag, I don't know if abot pa na 5 years, if the Lakers will have that patience.
How about you, Lino?
When I look at pag tinitingin, ako favorite ko yung show kasi ng Inside the NBA. I think sa lahat ng shows that cover the NBA, yun yung pinaka-paborito ko. And one of the characters there, si Sir Charles, ang tawag nila, Charles Barkley. I think top 75 NBA player, never won a championship but he played in the Dream Team back in 1992.
Ay, ira din ng Jordan yun. Talagang siya naman nanalo.
sa akin nakakatuwa what I like about him kasi before I get to his comment about Bronny James is, he calls it as he sees it. So, hindi siya nagsusugarcoat, walang
No filter.
Talagang kung ano yung pakiramdam niya, minsan napapaaway siya or merong nakabangga na player or sports personality, pero hindi siya bias, di ba? So, and I agree with this comment. Bronny James has a long way to go. He's not a finished product right now. Ang siguro hindi, kinakainisan ba yung proper term? Siguro yun yung kinakainisan ko sa maraming fans ng basketball right now is grabe sila kay Bronny. Di ba? Parang sa akin, we're talking about professional basketball here. We're not just talking about basketball. Kung basketball ang titignan natin, basketball performance, yes, sige, husgahan nyo si Bronny. Pero we're talking about the NBA, which is a professional basketball league. The biggest professional basketball league in the world. Now, when you talk about professional basketball, you're talking about business.
Money.
Yes.
Right? And when you talk about his dad brings in the business and brings in the basketball performance.
Yeah.
Now, when you look at Bronny, he may not give you the basketball performance right now, but he gives you the business. Why? Kasi yung storyline pa lang ng father-son duo. Parang first father-son duo in the NBA history,
Talo pala ng PBA.
Talo pa ng PBA, mas nauna, di ba?
Nauna sila
Jaworski, di ba?
Diba?
Pero yung storyline pa lang and the attention, traction, that because of this father-son duo, na ma-attract nila this season. Ngayon, nangyayari na eh. Parang I think this off-season yung pinag-uusapan lang, LeBron, Bronny, di ba?
Exactly.
Pati draft.
Mainit
Di ba parang first time meron tayong second round pick na mas 55th round pick na
Sure ako,
pinag-uusapan.
lahat ng nagbabash dyan, bumibili ng jersey niyan.
Di ba? Exactly, di ba? So sa akin, you just have to look at the business side of things kasi professional basketball tayo eh. Tapos, you have to look at it. Tatanungin ko lang kayo, kilala nyo ba si Rick Rickert?
Sino yun?
Di nyo kilala, di ba?
Pangit na business yun.
Di ba? Siya yung 55th pick back in 2003 NBA draft. Na never naglaro sa NBA.
Na never ko narinig. Tinan mo?
Pero meron kang Bronny James at 55th pick na kilala ng karamihan.
Na
And
pinag-uusapan.
sobrang gusto ng mga brands yan at mga sponsors.
Yung number 1 pick nga, hindi na pag-uusapan eh.
Di ba? So,
Mas napapag-usapan pa to.
yun yung sinasabi ko na he may be, hinog pa siya, pero yung business that he brings in, sobrang bigat. And tingin nyo ba, kasi nung July, nag-sign si LeBron ng, free agent si LeBron eh, nag-sign siya ng 2 years.
Hindi siya sign pag
Kung
hindi niya din-draft yan.
tatanungin ko sa fans, kung hindi LeBron is good for business and basketball, so gusto i-keep ng Lakers yan. Kung hindi nila din-draft si Bronny James, tingin mo, magsasign si LeBron sa Lakers? Wala. And if you can recall, 2 seasons ago, they were a series away from competing for a championship. Diba? Nalaglag lang sila nung Western Conference Finals against the Denver Nuggets. So, sa akin, parang pinagtatawanan nila yung Lakers na kinuha nila si Bronny. 2 years ago, this was a championship contending team. And I wouldn't count them out the way LeBron and AD performed in the Olympics. Tapos you add in Austin Reeves, you add in Rui Hachimura, D'Angelo Russell. Tapos kung maganda yung itakbo ng coaching ni JJ Redick na marami rin nagkikriticize.
Lagi naman meron.
Watch out, di ba?
Oo.
Now, going to the basketball side with Bronny James, grabe talaga mga tao. Number one, preseason pa lang tayo.
And he's just 20 years old.
Tsaka si last year, the number one pick last year, si Victor Wembanyama, hindi naman maganda yung pinerform niya sa di ba? Sinasabi na nga, bust eh.
Oo.
Pero he ended up being a rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Di ba? All defensive, I think, all defensive first team din siya. Preseason lang siya. Number two, kaka-20 lang niya. Last week, October 4 ata yung birthday niya. Kaka-20 lang niya. Mahawa naman kayo. Masyadong parang taas sobra ng expectations kayo nga because of
For
his
sure.
dad. Pero hindi natin ma-consider na iilan lang talaga yung nagpa-perform agad pagkapasok ng NBA.
And
At 19 or below 20.
Oo.
Sobrang bihira niya. Si Anthony Edwards nga, hindi nga siya nag-shine before 20. Pumasok siya 19. Pero gumanda yung laro niya nung 21 na siya. Diba? Doncic yun, one of the rare, yan, si Doncic, si Kevin Garnett, si Kobe Bryant. Pero
LeBron.
you can't expect the same thing for all the And last but not the least, kakagaling lang, if you can recall, na-cut short yung season niya with University of Southern Carolina because nagkaroon siya ng cardiac arrest that forced him to be out for 4 months. Because sa practice, bigla siyang nag-collapse. So, kumbaga, he had to recover from that. Kasi syempre, baka na-trauma din siya. Tapos syempre, hindi pa niya kaya i-push yung sarili niya masyado.
Tsaka
Tapos
50-50 yung nangyari.
Tsaka yung, I guess si coach mas makakapag-explain kung gaano kahirap yung transition from, lalo na pag 1 year ka lang sa college, tapos di ka masyadong nakalaro pa masyado.
He's 19 and 20 years, turning 20 lang. It's very different. Like I said earlier, the speed is different, the strength is different. Kahit pag nakita mo buo na yung katawan niya, pero kasi the transition, nung ganun, ibang-iba yung speed talaga. Akala mo yun na yun, pag nakikita natin, so akala mo yun na yung speed. Pero pag if you're there, live, it's different. Pag binabangga ka na ng ganun, iba na yun eh. So if you're playing against 25 to 30 years old, ibang-iba. If you're 20, it's far, far different.
Tsaka yung,
Coach, I'm curious, ano yung difference ng laro nung college tsaka nung
Oh
pro?
well,
Parang,
kasi sa NBA, yung rules nila doon, panay may illegal defense. So you can't, parang sa college kasi, masikip eh. Masikip siya, parang you can zone, you can cheat on the defensive end. Dito sa NBA, kanya-kanya kayo. Na parang may rotation din, pero you have to take care of your own man. Because there's illegal defense. Before sa PBA, may ganun din. So ang daming one-on-one players na talagang took advantage of that. Now, syempre, if you're guarding against the best player on that team, it's really hard, especially if you can penetrate or he can create a shot for himself or for his teammates. I think he's having a hard time defending also because of that rule.
mama na talaga yung mga...
Mama na
Tsaka
talaga.
yung mga stars ng college yung mga kalaro mo na dyan. Tapos na-develop na eh.
Oo.
And nagkataon lang nakikriticize siya kasi anak lang talaga siya ni
James
LeBron.
eh.
Pero if you look at his salary, it's 4 years, 8 million.
grabe.
It's typically for a player that you will develop
Yes.
for minimal lang yung role.
Kahit naman yung tatay niya, kinikriticize eh. Siya pa.
Oo, di ba? Parang sa akin, sige i-criticize nyo kung 50 million ng per ang binabayad sa kanya for a star player. Pero he's being paid for a minimal role sa team. So makikita ko dito in this coming season, he's not gonna be used all the time. Maybe siguro pagtambakan, but I think they'll allow him to develop sa G League. That's for sure.
Alright, and now let's move on to our last hot take for tonight. Coach Topex breaks his silence. Coach Renren, dahil
ba't ako?
De La Salle,
Well, I saw the game, but hindi ko siya nakita na up close because I was like medyo mataas yung seats ko. Hindi ko nakita kung ano yung nangyari and everything, but I saw what happened, yung mga nag-aaway-aaway na sila. It's hard pag walang proof talaga. pag walang proof, kasi sasabihin, Coach Topex denied it, di ba? And then, syempre si Torres saying he did it. So parang, I don't want to discredit anyone's feelings. Maybe, silang, alam mo yun, hindi ko pwede discredit ko na sinabi ni Coach Topex na I didn't do it. Diba? Hindi ko ginawa yun. And then I can't discredit also kung ano sinabi ni
Torres.
Okay.
Kasi inconclusive eh.
Oo, syempre.
Ibig sabihin inconclusive, pwedeng nangyari, pwedeng hindi.
Totoo yan. Oo. Yun ako dun sa part na yun. Ayoko nung maging sasabihin, oh, teka lang. Hindi, talagang ginawa niya. Oh, talagang hindi, ganito. I can't say that. It's so tough.
Kasi weren't a party to the
Hindi
event.
ko siya nakita diretso. If I saw it, I'm gonna say it. I definitely am gonna say it. But hindi ko siya talaga nakita. Although I'm watching the bench, everything, pero maybe I missed that. Pero pag nakita
Hindi
ko...
mo mapapansin, coach eh.
Hindi ko siya napansin.
Mahirap eh.
Tinitingnan ko si Mon eh. Si Mon kasi yung sumusugod eh. Pero si Coach Mon yung nakita ko eh. Sabi ko nga kay Coach Mon, Coach Mon, ba't nag-ano siya? Kasi sabi ko, okay. Sabi ko. So, kung yun ang pag-uusapan natin, if you're gonna ask me, ako lagi, kailangan may proof ka. Kailangan may ano ka. But, syempre, pag may nagsabi sa'yo na ganito ka, yung feelings na ganito,
Talagang
hindi mo i-discredit din yun. So you have to respect both of them. Both parties you have to respect. Kung sinabi ni Coach Topex, you have to respect. And of course, si Torres, then you can't discredit it. But, syempre, may authorities tayo for them to investigate para matuldukan na to. Pero ako, pag tatanungin niyo ako, let's move on. Kasi, ano na yan eh, napag-usapan na, I'm sure they talked na din, I'm sure may nag-apologize na, diba? Huwag na natin, I don't know, it's basketball, I experienced that also. Pero, syempre, iba yung noon, iba yun ngayon.
Yes.
I don't want to dig deep to it. Pero yun nga, baka may masagasaan ako or something, matap ko yung sensitive side ng iba pa nagkwento pa ako. So, I don't want to tap on it. Basta ako, I respect both parties. It's up to the UAAP, to the board, to the whoever will investigate, to the authorities, na dapat, hindi pwedeng wala eh. Di ba? Parang, walang nangyari or meron nangyari. Dapat ganun because we're left hanging. Yun yung problema eh.
Kasi inconclusive.
Oo. We're left hanging. Ano ba talaga? Sabihin mo kung meron, sabihin mo kung wala. Tapos, di ba? Para hindi tayo, ano ba, nanliligaw ko ba o hindi? Diba? Huwag mo ko pasahin, di ba? Buti si Arlov, definite, alam na meron. Eh, meron, yun nga. Ako lang, if the authorities can be, have that decision na, nangyari, hindi. Tapos.
Ang hirap din kasi ng social media ngayon.
Kasi parang, parang natin tayo sa safe side na, walang nangyari. Diba parang inconclusive, teka lang, bakit walang inconclusive? Ba't sinabi na ito nangyari? Ba't sinabi na ito hindi nangyari? So, doon nagkakagulo eh. So, kailangan, meron dapat, o hindi lang eh. Kasi tayo, nanonood, or yung mga fans na affected, talagang, so what's gonna happen next? Diba? So, yun yun.
How about you, Lito? What's your take?
I think
Hindi
ako. I think with regards to this situation, I acknowledge whatever Coach Topex said. Kasi parang he's prepared to move on eh. And I think he handled it well and very professionally. Na kahit yung mga nangbabash sa kanya na squatter siya, kumbaga, yung mga masasakit na pananalita or accusing him of already, even without proof. So, parang binibless pa nga niya yung mga yun eh. So, ako, I think he handled it professionally. Tapos, at the same time, in-acknowledge naman niya that things got heated between him and Torres. Parang certain words were exchanged na nakipagpalitan siya. Na possible, baka dahil sa sobrang galit niya, may tumalsik na yun yung sinasabi.
Talsik laway lang pala.
Baka talsik laway lang. So, yun yung doon. Pero in-acknowledge naman niya na nagkaroon sila. At the same time, sinasabi na rin niya na wag nang yung mga siguro against yung panic kay Coach Topex, wag na rin
Yes.
anuhin si Torres kasi mas bata. Siyempre yung emotional maturity,
Yes.
that's much more different
Yes.
to a Coach Topex na I think 40s na siya ngayon.
So, he
Na
can
mas
handle
marami
it,
na
for sure.
pinagdaanan.
Yeah.
Sa akin, I think he handled that really well. And sa akin lang, kung I think usually kasi with these kinds of accusations, di ba? Pagbibintang na hindi naman totoo, usually ang ginagawa dyan is I asked my lawyer friend, sabi niya sa akin na usually you file a case of slander. Kasi oral sinabi na na kasi it
nangyari.
destroys your reputation
Yes, totoo.
Na so what you people usually do is they do defamation, yung defamation lawsuit or
So
yung
big
mga
na.
slander, 'di ba? So pwede mong kasuhan yung tao for that.
Pero sana,
Pero
huwag
based
naman
on
dumating doon.
pero based dito, parang I think Coach Topex is ready to move on. Pero usually that's how people clear their reputation. Is kakasuhan mo pag manalo ka, may proof ako na legal from a legal standpoint, panalo ko.
Pero basahin natin yung sinabi ni Coach Topex. Sinabi ni Coach na, I want to take my friends from the media. I know that you have to do things because you need to do things because of your job. The social media people that need to have likes and need to have followers and have to do things that hindi man lang ako kinuhanan ng statement and made those stories, I want to thank you. Parang ang sakit, parang ako yung nasaktan
Siyempre,
kay Coach.
Parang siya nasaktan?
With kasi, parang we have to accept the fact na meron talagang mga tao na they don't look at the both sides. They just look at
What they want to see.
what they want to see and then they wanna say what they want to say.
Yes.
Wala na talaga tayong control. So that's why I agree with Coach Topex. Hindi na niya ginatungan, parang in-acknowledge siya, nasaktan siya, pero pinasalamatan na lang niya yung mga yung mga nag-criticize. At pinasalamatan niya yung mga friends niya na hindi
Na
naging
respect
bias,
siya,
na tinignan
yes.
yung both sides. Hindi naman niya sinabi na pumanig sa kanya. Yung sinabi niya is yung tinignan yung both sides, hindi lang hinusgahan lang siya kung sa anong nangyari.
Yeah, wala kasi makita na evidence, di ba? So,
Oo, kasi yung angulo dumaan sa kanya, tapos gumanon.
Tapos gumanon siya.
No.
So, I don't know. So, it's really up to the UAP or to the authorities to investigate regarding that. Kasi it's really hard to judge people or discredit the feelings of others, like with Torres and Coach Topex also. So it's really hard to, like, if I say something, I don't want to say, like, I want to sound biased. That's why I respect both parties, whatever. Sana magkaayos lang silang dalawa. Alam mo yun? Or the teams. I'm just hoping for kasi I want to watch good basketball.
Siguro kung this was pre-social media, this wouldn't have blown out of proportion like this.
Yeah.
Kasi 'di ba lumabas din yung interview dun sa kanila Dog Kramer, kay Magumar John. Kaya siguro mas na blown out of proportion talaga and people assume that it really happened. You can assume but you can't 100% say that it happened, 'di ba?
Yeah.
So
It happened to me before, but not
Yeah.
with them, iba.
No, yeah. It happened to me before, not in the shoulders pa sa mukha.
Pero iba kasi talaga nung generation ni
it's
Coach.
different
and Now, sensitive.
Saka yung
yeah.
physicality of the game of basketball
Yeah,
is
it's
different now
different.
than where it was before.
Yes.
So sa akin, sabi nga ni Coach Hammer na daan na lang nila sa basketball, doon na lang sila bumawi if they feel like, and I think sila Coach Gold, sinabi rin naman nila Coach Goldwyn na they respect whatever decision ni UAP and you know they want to move forward as well.
Yes.
Parang I think nagkainitan na kasi syempre that was battle for number 1 seed.
Syempre.
And that will be crucial
Oo naman.
That will be crucial.
At yung second round talaga, very crucial lahat ng games. Kasi wala ka na magagawa kung ano nangyari ng first
Coach.
round.
Pero tingin ko sila magkakatapat sa finals
Oo naman, pwede.
Tingin mo
And they're top 2 now eh. So pwede ko sabihin yun. Sila yung top 2 eh.
Tanggalin mo yung pagiging Lasaliano mo. Pares tayo Lasaliano.
Oo.
UP rin kasi ako nag-aaral ako ngayon.
Oo.
Tanggalin mo yung pagiging Lasaliano mo. Sino magcha-champion?
Lasal.
Bakit?
Lasal talaga.
Lasal. Yeah, kasi you can see how they play eh.
Ikaw, Dino.
I saw the UP, I saw the UP Lasal.
Kahit wala si
game.
JD. Wala si JD Kagulangan.
Well, JD is a big factor. I can't say that he can play because he wasn't there. Kung ano yung sinasabihin ko, yung opinion ko, it's based on my observation. Dun sa game na yun.
Lasal.
Kasi the way the Lasal played in that game, they really dominated every
Aspect.
most of the possessions. Lahat ng dinamba nilang bola, they got it. They played physical, they played defense, solid defense against UP. Which resulted na talagang they struggled really in the first half. Masyadong struggle yung first. Kung hindi ganun kaalat yung UP ng first half, maybe may ano pa may habol-habol talaga. Which is nangyari, di ba? Nag-init si Alarcon nung third quarter, pero they can't sustain it because Alarcon was dead tired. So someone like, maybe JD will be a big factor.
Who's their top point guard?
Exactly. When the first few games na nandun si JD, he's the one who dictated the tempo. Actually, not just the tempo, the whole game.
So you're calling it back-to-back championship for us?
Yeah.
Lasal.
Yeah.
Actually ako rin naglasal din ako
Yeah.
And now let's move on to our social media comments sa ating mga sports fans. Babasahin na po namin ang inyong mga takes. Thank you, Champion Online Shop, for your comment. And Edwards or Vince Carter?
Ikaw muna.
Depende kung anong category. Kung dunker,
Maybe
Vince Carter.
parang
pero
overall
kung,
yan.
pero kung as a basketball player, ang Edwards.
Talaga. Ako, Vince.
Full package.
Masyadong maganon si Edwards eh. Parang ganun siya ng ganun eh. At. So parang Vince Carter ako. Kasi pag nagsalita si Vince Carter, you'll respect him eh. Parang he's a mentor like what we've been mentioning earlier pa. Ant Edwards is a young kid na parang he wants to bark. That's why parang pinapatulan na siya ng mga matatanda na rin eh.
Nag-disagree lang ako kay Ant Edwards yung sinabi niya na si Michael Jordan lang yung skilled.
Exactly!
Sobrang disagree ako lang. Pero as a basketball player, Ant Edwards ako.
Tapos sabihin niya talaga yun kasi hindi niya napanood eh. Sila Sharif Abdul-Rahim, hindi ba nakita yun?
Joke time yun.
Diba?
Charles Barkley,
Diba?
sila Shaq, sila Hakeem Olajuwon.
Hindi lang eh. Yung mga guards lang eh. Grabe yung mga guards doon. Paano yung... Sino ba yung mga guards doon? Sila Oscar Robertson. Let's go way back pa. Na nagti-triple-double.
Pero sa akin, walang respeto eh.
Oh, exactly, di ba?
Walang respeto.
And now let's move on to our next comment. Thank you, Chad Aaron Zuniega. So meaning to say, Brony is a mascot.
Hindi. He's a marketing player.
I mean, pwede mong sabihin, it's good for business. Kasi number one, wala kang Brony, kung wala kang Brony, wala kang LeBron this season.
Wala, oo.
Kung wala kang LeBron,
Lilipat yun.
Kung wala kang LeBron, wala kang ticket sales, wala kang jersey sales, wala kang viewers, di ba? You're playing in a big market like the one of the big NBA teams na inaabangan talaga every year ng mga fans. You have New York, you have the Lakers, you have Boston Celtics. Then if you add in Bronny, sobrang gandang attention yan. You're paying him 2 million per year just to be in your team.
Mahal na mascot yan.
To create mahal na mascot. Mahal na mascot. Bonus. Paano kung sabi ni coach, pag nag 10 points, 3 rebounds.
Di ba?
Bonus na yung basketball mo. May negosyo ka na, ang ganda pa ng nilalaro ni Bronny.
Ibang usapan.
Ibang usapan na yan. So sa akin, bonus na lang kung gumanda yung laro ni Bronny this season.
Alam mo, di ba, parang LeBron James is so smart of a player. He can give him like 10 points per game. Kasi na-experience ko yan eh, kay Johnny A. Kay Johnny A, sabi sa akin, Johnny A, I can't, gusto ko lang short story lang. Rookie year ko, I'm with Happy. Happy kami lang kasi we're in the Philippine team pool. Kakampi ko si Kuya Johnny. Pasok kami second quarter. Red, bigyan ka ng 10 points.
Grabe.
Oo! Bigyan ka ng 10 points. Natapos yung quarter na yun, 10 points ako.
Wow.
Oo, ganun siya kagaling na sa point guard. Yung,
Which is-
ano ba yun? Ano ba siya?
Which is-
Ano mo ba yun?
Parehas ng posisyon.
So, yeah. So, Bronny James I think he can average 10 with his dad inside the floor because he's so smart of a
Taas ang
player.
IQ ni LeBron eh.
Oo. Kasi
Baka,
na-experience siya eh.
Baka coach, pwede ka pa mag-come out of retirement.
Oh!
Bigyan ka ng 10 points ni ano. Kaya yun, di ba?
Scorer eh.
Sino?
Si ano, si RJ.
Okay, now let's move on to our
Pwede siya
next
mag-out of,
comment.
kunin ng one game contract. Naka 10 points, di ba? Papatunayan ni coach na kaya pa, di ba?
Thank you, TD of Manila, for your comment. Parang Pacquiao sa PBA, sayang yung isang slot. Nakuha lang ni Brony dahil sa tatay niya, hindi lang pala sa Pilipinas, palakasan pati pala sa US.
Oo, di ba?
Like Dino has been saying, it's a marketing strategy. Siyempre, kung hindi mo kukunin si Bronny, hindi magsistay si Lebron.
Tsaka coach, di ba uso naman ang package deal eh.
Oo,
Di ba?
package.
Kung titingnan natin, maraming mga highly touted recruit sa papuntang college sa UAP, NCAA na may package deal yan.
Yan.
Na pag hindi ako papasok, hindi ako sasali dyan kung wala yung
Kasama ko
mga
na to,
benefits
oo.
or yung
Kasama mo player.
tatay mo, magko-coach doon sa team. Meron gano'n, hanapin nyo. Meron may package deal yan. So this is nothing new. Kaya sa akin lang, let's temper our expectations. But let's be happy, I guess. Good drama yan for the end.
It's a story.
It's
a good story. Paano pag biglang gumaling nga siya?
Malamang top 5 ano yan.
Oo,
Top
diba?
5 NBA stories yan this coming season.
Hindi natin alam eh. We have to be positive.
And now let's move on to our last comment. Thank you, Maki Makabagdal, for your comment. Tingin nyo mas maganda mag-press ng charges si Coach Topex kasi laki nang nasira sa kanya. And isa pa, napakaiyakin ng players ngayon. Wala yung dura-dura dati, ganti ka lang, talunin mo para iyak sila.
Well, ako, no need to press charges. Like I said nga kanina, yung sinasabi mo when you ask your lawyer na kailangan dito, defamation. Ano ba yung iba sinabi mo? Ang dami ko
Yung
sinabi.
slander eh. Slander yung tawag dun eh.
So, ako, no need na. I mean, if I'm Coach Topics, let's move on. Let's play good basketball. Kasi it's a, distraction pa. If he press charges, niintindi niya pa yun eh. May hearing pa yan eh.
Oo, maproseso.
Di ba? Maproseso pa yan eh. So it's, parang madidistract lang yung team. He'll be distracted, the teams will be distracted.
Yeah.
Baka hindi pa siya pumasa sa Lasal, bagsak pa niya yung subject niya. Di ba nag-aaral siya?
Nag-aaral pa rin si Coach eh.
Di ba? Pag mag-hearing pa siya, hindi pa siya makapasok. So, that's gonna be a problem pa. So, ako, let's move on, let's play basketball.
How about you, Dino? What's your take?
I might press charges. If I'm confident I didn't spit on someone and then ina-accuse ako ng ganun na nakasira sa akin on social media, sa reputation ko, I would press charges. Kasi sometimes you have to teach people lessons eh.
Kasi baka maulit.
Hindi mo naman
Paano?
pwedeng i-tolerate lang certain things, especially ginawa sa'yo na hindi ka gandahan. You have to, you have to treat, kumbaga sa akin, that's the consequence of you accusing me of something na hindi ko naman ginawa. Diba? If I'm confident na hindi ko naman talaga ginawa, then I can press charges. Pwede ganun. Or siguro with Coach Topex, nakamove on na siya. Pero sa akin, baka hindi ko ipamove on yun.
Iba-iba talaga. And thank you, sports fans, sa mga comments nyo. And ngayon naman, brief recap sa mga pinag-usapan natin ngayon sa ating 3 hot takes. For our first hot take, half man, half amazing, and all Hall of Famer.
Yes, sir. Deserving for me.
Yeah, deserving. He deserves to retire na rin.
4 decades.
Tsaka I think nag-game analyst na rin,
Analyst.
sports analyst na rin siya sa mga games eh.
And for our second hot take, Charles Barkley on Bronny James is not a finished product.
True.
Yes,
That's so
we
true.
agree. We agree, but he's good for business. Kung mascot ang ililabel dyan, okay lang.
$4 million mascot.
Yeah, 2 million per year.
Oh my God.
And for our last hot take for tonight, Coach Topex breaks his silence.
Let's play basketball. I want good basketball to watch. So yeah, let's move on from this. And hopefully, sabi ko nga, dapat matuldo ka na. Yung kung sino yung dapat mag-investigate, dapat may decision. You can't say it's inconclusive.
Speaking of business, sports business, whatever happened here, this is good for the UAP. Like it or not, it's good for the UAP.
Not just
Kasi
for topics.
It creates,
Not for
Yun lang.
topics.
number one, it creates drama for the second
Yeah.
round.
Yes.
People are gonna be more engaged. Lasalians, mga UP, mga taga-ibang school ata, nagko-comment na rin
Oh,
di ba?
syempre.
At the same time, we all know that most likely they're gonna face each other in the final. So, para sa akin, this is good for business para sa UAP. So, things like this. I mean,
Mas
it might be
papanoorin
bad
mo eh.
publicity, pero...
Good publicity pa rin yan.
And to our sports fans, are you ready to elevate your sports experience? Dive into the world of live sports like never before with Sports Plus PH. Whether you're a diehard fan or simply love the thrill of the game, Sports Plus got you covered. So register now at sportsplus.ph. So maraming salamat Dino Lee and Coach Renren Ritualo for tonight. Grabe yung topics natin. Na-enjoy ko. Maraming salamat. And sa ating mga sports fans, mga hindi pa po nakaka-follow na aming social media, you can support us by following our social media handles, Sports Plus PH on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And see you in our next episode. Maraming salamat, Dino and Coach Renren.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
See
you guys. Have a good night.
I didn't know anything about the Philippines. We were staying at the Ateneo dorm for a while, just me and my brother. Didn't know where to go, where to get food.